With that Fox 10 News alert that we have been following all morning long, a shooting right in the heart of Old Town Scottsdale.
And a huge police presence out there this morning. It happened near Civic Center Plaza and Stetson. Marcy Jones has been following the story all morning long. Any new details, Marcy?
Well, Anita, this is still very early on in the investigation, even though it happened about 5 hours ago now. But at this time, Scottsdale police is suggesting that this may not be a completely random shooting, that they possibly could have known each other, the suspect and the victim, and something could have happened that led up to all of this. And that's exactly what they're trying to piece together right now. I'm going to step out of the way. They're kind of having a meeting of the minds here between detectives and officers, and you can see the aftermath of this. But right now, Scottsdale police saying at around 2:30 this morning, they responded to a shooting call. When they arrived, they found a man shot in the head. According to witnesses, there was some sort of altercation that started with both the victim and the suspect in their own cars. Then the victim got out and was shot in the head. That's when the suspect took off. The victim was taken immediately to a local hospital where he is listed in life-threatening condition. Here's what police have to say.
What we do know from our witness statements is that an altercation occurred between two vehicles on the roadway when our victim was shot in the head.
Good news here. This was a pretty populated area even at 2:30 in the morning because, as you know, this is a very big weekend here in Scottsdale. So it is helpful to police that there were a lot of people around that could see. At this time, they are not releasing a suspect description of that car yet. However, they expect to get that out pretty soon. And they're asking anybody who knows anything about this, of course, to call them immediately. Guys.
Great job out there. Thanks so much, Marcy. We will have more information on later editions of Fox 10 News. We're also following another Fox 10 alert, this one out of South Carolina. We have learned that 2 people are dead, more than 70 injured after 2 trains collided this morning. It happened just around 2:30 a.m. after an Amtrak passenger train crashed into a CSX freight train. The Amtrak traveling between New York and Miami when the lead engine derailed. Responders say the first priority was getting to everyone on board. Take a listen.
What we immediately went into was a search and rescue mode. We were able to begin to extract and assist passengers off of that train. At this time, all passengers are off of the train.
8 crew members also on board that Amtrak train, along with the 139 passengers. No word yet on what exactly caused that collision. President Trump says the release of a controversial memo alleging intelligence abuses during the FBI investigation into his campaign proves there was no collusion with Russia.
But the Democrats, they obviously disagree. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi saying that the president abdicated his responsibilities as commander-in-chief by approving the release of that memo. The memo details why the secret FISA court gave permission for the FBI to surveil a former Trump campaign advisor.
So these are secret courts that exist to target for foreigners, for catching terrorists, for catching people who might be bad actors. And the American citizens that are represented before this court have to be protected.
Democrats want to release a rebuttal to the GOP memo, a move Republicans are now signaling they may be open to once the rebuttal goes through all the normal committee reviews.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson spent yesterday touring one of Argentina's national parks. He also met with representatives of Argentina's National Parks Authority. They discussed issues involving ecology and the environment. Tillerson will travel to Buenos Aires today. He'll be meeting with the president and the foreign minister there. The Secretary of State is on a 6-day trip through Latin America. He has already visited Mexico. His itinerary also calls for visits to Panama, Peru, Colombia, and Jamaica. Well, the field is set. The halftime show probably rehearsed over and over again, and the fans have touched down in Minneapolis for today's Super Bowl game.
Yeah, a lot of excitement, right? Well, the atmosphere is buzzing as fans take in the air, which is,
the
might
cold
I add,
air.
Very cold air. Only 6 degrees is the high in Minneapolis. So Fox's Samuel King has more from Super Bowl headquarters.
The cold couldn't stop the concerts at Super Bowl Live on Nicholas Mall, and it didn't stop football fans from enjoying the buzz the Super Bowl has brought to the city.
This is good. We're having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun.
We've already met so many celebrities. It's unreal.
All kinds
Phil
of
Simms. I got a picture of Phil Simms.
Patriots fans, this is becoming old hat, their 8th Super Bowl in the Belichick-Brady era. That many Super Bowls means you've seen a lot of different locales.
It's colder than the one in Phoenix. It's colder than the one in Houston. It's colder than the one in every other one, but
you're still going to enjoy it.
I am. I'm looking forward to it.
In one of those Super Bowls, the Pats beat the Eagles of Jacksonville, Florida. Eagles fan Barry Lease was there.
Jacksonville was not a great place to have a Super Bowl. The housing was not good. The facilities around the city were not conducive for the amount of people that came. And Minneapolis, it's just shining a big star. Very proud of this city.
Well, despite those frigid Minneapolis temps, fans are going to the game no matter what it costs.
And it is costing a pretty penny. According to StubHub, ticket prices are higher. Sales greater than the year before. The average ticket price on StubHub, $5,000.
Wow.
The cheapest, not much less, $3 grand. Even the mayor of Minneapolis says he can't afford to go.
Well, before all the fans file into the stadium, Patriots and Eagles fans are heading to an indoor, operative word there, indoor interactive theme park, the Minneapolis Convention Center, holding a kicking and throwing drills as well as youth football clinics. Fans also had the opportunity to take pictures with a fake Tom Brady and show their team pride.
Fake? Will the real Tom Brady please stand up? Professional snowmobiler turned stunt rider Levi Lavelle made history in Minneapolis this weekend during some pre-Super Bowl festivities. Lavelle going 50 miles per hour before hitting this ramp, performing this incredible aerial backflip on a snowmobile yesterday. I missed it because I was reading the prompter. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch.
It's insane.
The 100-foot long jump took him 40 feet into the air. His jump was the grand finale in a day full of stunts by other snow athletes.
There it is right
and
there.
daredevils. Oh my goodness.
That wasn't the flip. I think that was just a jump over. But
that
you get to
alone
see
is
the flip.
impressive.
That is pretty crazy.
Whew.
All right.
Adrenaline.
Totally. All right, well, a special fan is getting his wish to see his favorite team play in the big game. Philly native Wayne Baird has been in a year-long battle with a rare cancer, so his daughter wrote a letter to the Dream Foundation, which grants wishes to terminally ill adults, and they were actually able to help.
7:38 Sunday morning, taking a look at world news. A drive-by shooting in Italy has left half a dozen people there hurt. Officials are calling the shooting racially motivated. 6 African immigrants were hit in the drive-by shooting in the Italian city of Marsarta. The Interior Minister says the gunman had neo-Nazi and neo-fascist ties. He acted alone and planned the attack himself.
Ancient drawings were discovered inside a tomb near the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. It's called the Tomb of Hetpet and is believed that the tomb is that of a woman who was an acquaintance to the pharaoh, a very senior member of the Egyptian royal court, and a priestess of the goddess of fertility. They found hieroglyphs and several wall paintings where you can see Hetpet in various scenes where ancient Egyptians are hunting and fishing, but the mummy was missing. Archaeologists say that body could have been stolen.
In Bolivia, more than 6,000 musicians and dancers kicked off the carnival season yesterday. Carnival. The celebration brings together 84 bands to a historic mining town. It is appropriately known as the Festival of the Bands. Along with the musicians, 25,000 dancers perform 18 traditional carnival dances during the 20-hour event.
20 hours of dancing?
I'll take it. The parade stretches more than 3 miles and represents about 130 communities, each with a unique dance and costumes. I do love to dance. I'm not good at it.
Would you want to dance for 20 hours?
I could probably do it.
Think of all the calories you'd burn in that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Taking a look at entertainment news this morning, will Pink be forced to pass on the Super Bowl? She is scheduled to sing the national anthem.
But the singer allegedly has the flu. TMZ is reporting her illness could keep her from actually performing. We're told Pink had a tough time making it through rehearsals on Thursday night. At one point, she had to rely on backup singers and the audience to help sing her song for her. Pink says she's been waiting to sing the Star-Spangled Banner since 1991 when she saw Whitney Houston own it. She calls it one of the biggest honors of her life and says she will do her very best to fight through.
Janet Jackson denying rumors that she will be joining Justin Timberlake during the halftime show by releasing a statement. JT, as he's known, is returning to the Super Bowl halftime show 14 years after what was called a, quote, wardrobe malfunction during a performance with Janet Jackson. At the peak of that performance, Timberlake ripped off a piece of her costume, which was planned, well, unfortunately revealing her breasts, which probably wasn't.
Yeah.
The network airing the game, CBS, was fined more than $500,000 by the FCC, and the performance caused a national scandal. And that's because some people thought, well, maybe it was planned. They did it on purpose.
All right, well, still to come here this morning, two brothers baking up some mouth-watering treats, but they're not for you.
Oh.
They're for your four-legged
And you
friend.
brought Shorty some, I know.
Oh, well, we'll see if we can scrounge some up. That's coming up in this week's Tide Pad.
And let's face it, some people only go to Super Bowl parties for the food. So Chompies is in studio with us in the Fox 10 Bistro, showing you how to throw together some last-minute delicious snacks. We will be right back.